Your voice is important to me and deserves to be heard. This new series will be uploaded once a week where we get to hear from you and what you feel is important to say about Star Citizen instead of a content creator. I hope I run into you.
This video brought to you in part by the Patreon supporters of Cobra TV.
Good old Everest. Lots of jobs. Lots of contracts, bounties, ERTs. But a bit of a ghost town. Not a whole lot of people hanging about. I'll keep on this basic flight suit so I don't scare the shit out of people with my insane skills. No one's here. Hello? me. Hello? Anybody about? Am I the only one at Everest Harbor? Hello? After a long time of harassing NPCs around Everest Harbor, I ran into two very awesome citizens named the Prawn and Scottish.
Sorry, I had to spend 5 hours looking for the push to talk button because I got a new keyboard and it doesn't have a numpad.
Oh, hey, buddy. How you doing?
How's it going? I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, buddy.
We've just arrived from the other side of the pond.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I got a lot of friends from over there.
Oh, what are you up to?
Actually, I'm a streamer and a YouTuber, and I'm looking for people to interview about Star Citizen.
Oh, sure, yeah. Hold on, my buddy can't hear you, I don't think. But we'll... hold on. He wants to interview us. He's a YouTuber and he wants to interview us, so yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to go along with you what you guys are about ready to do while we're doing the interview. So I'm curious to see how people make their money or how they spend their time in the game. So if you're getting ready to go do something, I'd like to tag along and ask you a few questions.
Sure. But we fly. In fact, no, we can take out a different ship. That's fine. Basically, we do bounties mostly. We just got on right now. We do bounties. We don't make our money from that. I made my money from a couple of patches ago when the salvage was really good and the drugs. You could get all the drugs.
Oh yeah, that was a great time, man. Lots of money earned.
I made about 100 million doing that, so. Yeah, I'm pretty set money-wise, so now we're just working up our bounties, because I think that's where the drugs are all at now, so, yeah.
Well, that's cool. Do you have a ship that he could be your gunner in, and maybe I could just tag along?
Yeah, sure. Hold
on. I'll go onto the ship unarmed, so that's why I'm wearing this flight suit, so I don't scare people.
Yeah, we normally fly like a 2-seater ship, but we can take the Corsair out. We got a Corsair as well, so.
Well, that's a beautiful ship. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, I'm ready whenever you guys are. I don't need to take anything with me.
What's your name, dude?
My name's Cobra. Like the snake.
Alright, my friend, he can't hear any of the in-game audio for some reason, so I'm going to try and help him fix that as well.
Okay. It's probably because he has to hit F11 and then connect to the global chat.
Oh, he can hear you now. That must be it.
Awesome. And then if he wants to speak, he can hit numpad.
Hello.
Hey, there he is. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Yourself?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Just, I'm a YouTuber, content creator, and I'm trying to just interview people about whether they love or hate Star Citizen, what do they do in the game, when they back. So I'll ask all those questions when we get bounty hunting. But I'm going to go I'm going to go in my flight suit so that way people, because people don't trust people in this game, and I'm not going to take any weapons or anything with me.
Yeah, no worries. Whatever works for you.
Cool,
So
buddy.
do you need drinks or anything?
No, right now I'm fully hydrated. I just got.
All right, I got a bunch of crews on me anyway, so we'll be good. If you need anything, just let me know.
Okay, buddy. All right. Yeah, so I'm ready whenever you guys are.
You want to join our party?
Yeah, sure.
So how long have you been making Star Citizen videos?
Since 2019.
Oh, okay, so you've been doing this a while.
Yeah. I have a org with a couple, about 2,000 or 3,000 people, and
Okay.
I'm trying to find people that I don't know to interview for, ask them questions about the game.
Yeah, sounds cool. I need to change my push to talk button because it's on the most awkward button ever.
I'll tell you what I do is I hit, if you hit escape and then go to options and then go to comms VoIP, there's a level enable level activated voice. If you click yes on that, it'll just do it when you talk.
Oh, voice activation, okay.
Yeah.
We've been messing around with the new... We haven't played too much in this patch just because we got so rich on the last patch, so we haven't really been playing around too much with the new cargo boxes and stuff, so we just been playing around with them. We were doing a bounty mission last time we were on, and we took some of the weapons off to see if we could store them in these boxes and, just doing some general testing.
Right, yeah, just experimenting and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, how many turrets?
Tried the new...
How many turrets are on this ship?
I think it's 3 altogether, so
There's
you've
3
got...
turrets, left, right, and co-pilot.
Yeah, we've got the co-pilot, which is the remote turret, and then there's 2 physical turrets on left and right here.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and then the co-pilot one's just up there. I think the co-pilot one is the OP one, and the 2 side ones aren't as strong.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, Prawn's the resident pilot. We're part of a smaller org. There's, there's probably about 150 of us, but more like a close group of about 12 of us that play regularly.
that's really cool. What's your org name?
ARST, which stands for Astronomical Research Space Science something Exploration Division. There we go.
So is that like a play on the word ass?
Yeah, it's like the acronym is ARST.
Okay. All right. So without telling me exactly, your address, you know what I mean? Like, where are you guys from?
I'm from Edinburgh in Scotland.
Hey, I know somebody that lives there. Really good friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his name's Asif or Asif, however you pronounce. I always pronounced his name wrong on purpose, so I never learned how to say it the right way. I just call him Asif. But what about you, Prom? Where are you from?
I live in the Midlands in England at the moment.
The Midlands. Sounds like a place out of Lord of the Rings. It sounds like a...
area.
You gotta take the ring to the Midlands.
Slightly less exotic than that, sadly.
90% chance of rain.
And how long have both of you been playing Star Citizen?
We both back in 2016.
2016. Wow.
Yeah. I think it was
Was it just the
after.
hangar module? I think you could just look at your ship in the hangar. And
Nah,
that was
there was it was Port Olisar at that point, and there was no planets or anything. But it was after CitizenCon that year when they showed the Freelancer and the Space Worm.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I backed in 2015, so just a little bit before you.
Yeah.
But I didn't even play Star Citizen until 2019.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my computer couldn't handle it. I just felt like I wanted to help support this amazing idea of a game that was being created. So I backed it, and then I'm like, one day I'll have a computer that can play it. And sure enough, one day came.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't think for how long we've had it, I wouldn't say we've played that much. We sort of every time there's a major update, we'll hop on and see what's changed. But I think we're both still waiting for that point where it feels a bit more like a daily playable game. Very much at the moment, it's that the ideal, the updates, they're adding a lot of stuff, but and performance and sort of how much it feels like a persistent playable experience isn't there yet. So I imagine 3.23 sounding like it might.
3.23 is going to bring a lot of quality of life improvements. Like the new star map, the new interaction mode. Yeah. I know, man. I can't wait for that. For me, it is an everyday play. I agree with you 100%. Like but there's a part of me that there's a part of the game that I get out of it. Because of how I play, it makes it an everyday game for me. So I'm a part of a bigger org. So we have a lot of things happening. We get together in big parties and people have accomplishments. They got careers where they mining and they teach other org members how to mine, or they teach them how to do salvage correctly. Or we got
split off and like specialize in specific areas. Yeah.
Right. It's sort of like an ongoing story within our org, rather than the game giving us the replayability. The people that we play with give us the replayability, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I've been playing it every day since 2019. Well, not every day. Of course, I take a day off here and there.
Mission, Bradley, sorry. Is that what you're waiting for?
Wow, I was just flying around, but if you want a mission, yeah, go for it.
We got one MRT here, so take that.
Yeah, go for that.
Oh, let me see if I got that party invite. Not yet. Can you try to resend that party invite?
Let me send that again now. Yeah,
okay.
Will do.
Yeah, I shared that job with you as well. I'll share it again once get them in the party.
There we go. Got it.
And I'll share that job again.
Got the contract as well. So you're saying that what made you back the game was because of that year's CitizenCon in 2016?
I think so. I think Star Citizen had been on my radar at that point already. Like I had seen a couple of videos about it and stuff, and then I watched that CitizenCon, and yeah, after that I was sold.
What was it that year? What was the big attraction that year?
I think just seeing them like flying the Freelancer down to the planet. I think that was the first time they showed like planetary landings as well. So like they flew down to the planet and landed at one of the stations and like got out there and put the train somewhere. It all just looked really cool to me. I've always been into like simulation type games and games that've got a bit more depth to them. I'm not a big fan of like shallow games.
I hate shallow games. I agree.
And I love space games as well. I used to play EVE online quite a lot. And there just isn't really a good space game out there. I mean, No Man's Sky is, a bit cartoony and a bit not really what I want. Same with that, what was the more recent space game with the loading screens?
Oh, Starfield, yeah.
Yeah, loading field, yeah.
And the freedom of Starfield wasn't there. Like you go down on a planet and then you end up running into an invisible barrier and you just can't go any further.
Exactly. And
some people like myself, and maybe you're like this, you get down there and you're like, I don't want to play the game. I just want to keep walking.
Yeah. Well, for me, like games, I like the multiplayer aspect, like being able to meet people, just like what we're doing right now. Is like the whole reason. The social aspect of gaming. So I prefer like bigger multiplayer games like MMOs as well. So that was another aspect why Star Citizen interested me as well.
Yeah, just it's hard for me to find something. This game it's an incomplete game. It's an alpha. It's being created. It's taken a long time because, in my opinion, it's taken so long because they're not taking shortcuts. They're doing everything the right way, and building it, the right way, also from ground up. And
Yeah.
I just don't see any other game out there trying to put this level of detail and creating a livable world that we're going to be in.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think games go to the same level that they used to. Like, although technology is getting better and games are becoming less limited in terms of what they can do, it's like, I feel like, I mean, I'm an older gamer, I'm like in my 30s, so like old games when I was a kid growing up, there was a certain, I don't know, like difficulty to them or something. Like games nowadays seem to be like, very handholdy and quite just sort of easy. I find, so.
Yeah. Scottish, we're getting close to this bounty up here. 13 clicks out.
We weren't too far away from it. It was quite nice to get one that's really close. Normally it's like Microtech or something.
I got him popped up on radar, Prawn. Scottish.
Yep.
Yep.
Devanch, Brampton, 9 kilometers away.
All right, missiles out. All right, that was a direct hit. Good shot, whoever fired that. Was that you, Prawn?
Yeah.
Good shot, man. There's another one. Nice.
I think we can only fire missiles from the pilot seat or these turrets. We fire them.
Okay. Got another thing popped up on the radar out there. Incoming missile! Incoming missile! We just got hit. Take out that little dude right there. His name's Sherwin. He just went behind us.
He's dead.
Good job. Good job, man. All right, objective complete. You guys are freaking savages. Oh, Sherwin, whatever his name is, that S guy. He's up there. He's up there.
There he is.
Get him, Scottish.
I can't use my fire and arc. There we go. There he is. He's going down. He's down.
Good freaking job. Good shooting, guys. Good piloting, Prawn. Probably takes a lot piloting something as big, huh?
Well, especially when the ground decide to start shooting at you for no
Oh
reason.
yeah, we got looks like a bunker place down there.
Oh, the bunker's taking cheap shots at us, huh? So you and Prawn normally stick together, don't you?
Yeah, I've known Prawn for a lot longer than like we joined that org together, so like we've known each other for I don't know how many years now, like at least 10, 12 years.
10, 12 years. So
yeah,
wait, you met Prawn before Star Citizen?
Yeah, we met on Arma 3.
Oh, you played Arma 3 together. That's cool.
Altus Life.
Yeah,
and
we used to play Altus Life. It was like an RP mod.
And so, did one of you convince the other to get Star Citizen, or was it just a unanimous decision?
Yeah, I convinced Prawn to get it. I think. Did I? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
Yeah, I convinced him that it was a good investment then, because if he bought it later, he would have spent a lot more money. But I think now that he's bought it early, he's spent a lot more money anyway.
So between you and him, who's got the most money put into Star Citizen?
Oh, definitely Prawn.
Me,
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, Prawn, you?
He's spent more money on joysticks than I've spent on Star Citizen.
Wow.
No, I started off with the freelancer, but I've downgraded down to the Penguin, the Avenger Titan.
Oh, you downgraded? Why'd you do that? Just like it? You like it more?
Got, like store credit. Yeah, I didn't like the. I liked the. I can't remember what ship it was I had.
It was the freelancer, right?
The freelancer, yeah. So I liked the freelancer when I first got it, but then over the years, I became less and less. It became less and less appealing.
I see.
So yeah, I eventually got rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've guilty get Star Citizen is my guilty pleasure. It's better than being addicted to drugs or alcohol. You know what I mean? Like, so what? You
Yeah.
put
It'd
your
end
money
up
into a
costing
video
you
game.
more, though.
Well, I got more
Yeah, it's
ships
just
than
as
I
expensive.
like to admit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I started with the Cutlass Black, the sort of same time.
Yeah, you did.
Scottish got the freelancer, and then I think it must have been a few years ago now. I sort of saw the whole CCU thing, and I think it's over the last 3 or 4 years I sort of started again. So I broke down the Cutlass Black game package and sold it, and bought a new one at, I don't know whether it was IAE or something, and I've slowly bought a CCU chain to the Polaris. I haven't used it yet. I'm sort of sat on the Corsair, but I've got most of the way from the Corsair to a Polaris saved away for when that ship comes out. Hopefully soon. I mean, I know it's in grey box,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that's true. Another thing that makes me play this game is the emergent gameplay that is a byproduct of it being multiplayer. Like, you never know who you're going to run into. Like our situation right now, right? Like, I didn't know I was going to run into you guys. And I'm addicted to that. And that's what makes me love this game so much. And let me tell you a story. This can only happen in this game, right? So a long time ago, I was at a random space station. And a friend of mine who used to play this game had passed away, right? And
Okay.
I ran into his son over a year later at a random space station, almost like you walking down to the corner gas station to buy a pack of cigarettes, and you run into an old friend. And that's exactly what happened over a year later. And me and him just sat there and said, "How you doing? How are the kids? I miss your dad," and and all this. And I walked away, and I got up and I screamed, "That's why I love this fucking game, because that can't happen in any other game." That's the emergent gameplay is what has got me hooked. So my question to both of you is, based on multiplayer and other people, what is the craziest or most amazing thing that's ever happened to you?
Multiplayer wise, I've not had too many interactions on the multiplayer wise. I don't think I've really seen or done anything crazy. The craziest thing that I've seen on multiplayer that I've never seen on any other game was the Siege of Orison event, where like it spits out boxes of maze, and I've seen people queuing up for that, like just patiently waiting. But I've seen that on RuneScape as well. But apart from that, like I've not seen it on any other game.
You talking like Jumptown?
Yeah, I think it might be Jumptown actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a fun event, man, that it just brings players together. And I've seen it played many different ways, like almost like the way that you're talking about, where people try to share and say, okay, we're all going to work together and get in on this. And then I've seen complete and all-out war, where people are just fighting over the damn thing. I've even been part of those wars before. And that's
I remember
that's
walking in
super
there
fun.
once, and there was just like 20 people just queued there, just patiently waiting their turn.
Yeah, I've
was
seen that
pretty
happen.
funny.
Yeah.
I was going to say, for me, to answer your question, I wouldn't say it's the craziest thing or anything, but just sort of we were probably just exploring one of the new places, and we just came across a random guy who clearly crashed his ship, and all the boxes were strewn out across the floor, and he's just running into someone and just being like, hey, what's going on? And they're clearly involved in something. It's happening completely independently of you, and you can just rock up, and we offered to help the guy and give him a lift up to his ship because it was floating off the ground. So it's nothing crazy, it's not that memorable, but the fact that there's stuff going on that you can just come across and you have no idea it's there.
Yeah.
And
No,
just sort of
I
help
disagree
people.
with you. I think it is
in my
memorable.
experience, have been pretty friendly.
I think it makes it even more special just because it's such a vast area of space. There's so much space that the fact that you can even come across people, is exciting in itself.
Yeah, especially somebody crashing and then you're helping him out. I mean, that's a movie script. It's happening in real time because of people. And I think that's freaking awesome. And I disagree with you,
there was
Prawn.
another time,
I think it is
actually.
memorable.
There's another time actually when me and Prom were playing, and we were just like flying along the surface of a planet, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden we just seen ship parts like falling out the sky, like right next to us, and like we looked up and there's just like people fighting each other like way up in space above us. Like,
That is
was
so
quite memorable as
cool.
well.
Wow.
I think that's it. You know, it's stuff happening that you're not aware of. You haven't been drawn there. I know it might be a byproduct of pretty small servers, but I'd like to think that when there's more people, the sort of occurrences increase. You see it more often, but it's the fact that nothing's necessarily dragging people to these places. A lot of MMOs sort of artificially create these events by, you know, putting missions in places that drag them here. But in this universe, because it's so huge, coming across someone at the moment, it is a pretty rare occurrence, and it's nice when it happens. And I hope that when, you know, when the server, you know, max capacity increases beyond 100, you just get a lot more of that in random places happening.
I agree. Yep. I really hope so. Because that's, like I told you before, it's my favorite thing about the game. It's just those interactions, whether they be peaceful, violent, or odd, weird, adventurous. You never know what it's going to be. I mean, I think that's why
that's what creates the excitement as well. Like you know, I'm not a PvP. Well, you know, I don't mind PvP, but you know, typically I'll be a friendly player. You know, unless you try to attack me, sort of thing. So you know, it's always not knowing, you know, what the other person's intentions are as well. You know, that keeps it exciting.
Yeah.
The fact that anybody could just kill you at any moment.
Yeah, 100% right. What do you guys do in Star Citizen Army? Is it just you know, getting your reputation up? Is that your main go-to?
Mostly just not really. I don't really care about the reputation too much, but just for the bounty hunting, we want to get up to the ERTs, just because I think you can get the drugs from the bigger ships. But otherwise, I don't really care about reputation. But mostly, I'll just do a variety of jobs. I've done everything from rock mining to normal mining to salvage, delivery jobs. You know, I've tried a bit of everything.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever we've come on, it's been what's new. So the last, you know, recently it was salvage, trying out the Drake. What's it called? Drake Vulture, and then when the Reclaimer, we saved enough money to try that out and just see what it's like. It's just interesting to see those new loops, and when those salvage
we need a new
missions
mission
came, we do, where the salvage missions popped up, where then we didn't salvage, we looked at the drugs, we've done some mining, a lot of combats. I suppose combat's the quickest and easiest, and I feel like back in the day, you know, a year or two ago, it felt like you got a 30k pretty often, so we didn't ever bother putting too much effort into gearing up and setting ourselves up to do stuff. But now that the servers seem a bit stable, or more stable, we you know, we're sort of gearing up more and doing long salvage missions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sharing the mission.
Got it.
Yeah, I think we sort of do a bit of everything, and then in between we've always sort of like done a bit of bounty hunting, like this sort of our filler when we've tried everything out. Ron's just got sticks as well, so he's like, I think we fly a bit more, you know, so he can get used to them and practice.
Yeah, it's pretty alien to me still, not using mouse and keyboard that I've used for every game forever for, you know, decades.
I find it easy for me to find something to do in this game when I'm either by myself or with very few people. Usually when I do my streams over on Twitch, I will get like, I don't know, anywhere between 15 to 20, sometimes on a busy night, 30 people in our party. And they're all on the call with me on Discord. And it's so difficult to figure out, how am I going to have 30 people have fun tonight? You know, what are we going to do as a big group in this verse? I just don't think a whole lot is there that tailors to repeatable things. I mean, yeah, we got Siege of Orson. That's fun to take 30 people into. But I just find it like if it's you and one other person or you and two other people, there's just a lot of replayability.
Yeah. Typically when we play in the bigger group, we'll like go in the Reclaimer or something, and we'll do salvage ops, and we'll have like one person flying and 2 people on the side doing the boxes and.
You guys ever been attacked by actual players doing what you're doing?
I've never actually.
We went near Grimhex, didn't we? And we had that sort of strafe battle with that guy. Not
Yeah, in fairness, we were kind of going to shoot him anyway because he was red.
True.
The only time I've ever really had people come across me with the intent of shooting me was when I used to do rock mining. I used to go down Planetside to pick up the rock, and it was like 2 weeks in a row. There was like every night there was like people just hanging out there, like trying to blow people's ships up. I don't know if there was. I don't even know why. I think maybe that would be the place where people would sell diamonds or something back when they were still in it. But
Okay.
yeah, like I'd go down there and get my rock, and like in a cutty black, put the rock in the back, and like they'd just be hovering above me. I remember once. Like on the landing pad there, and they wanted to kill me so bad that they self-destructed and then flew into the, like, because it's an armistice zone, they can't self-destruct in there, so they go outside, click on the self-destruct, and then they've got 10 seconds, they fly in and like land next to your ship and try and blow you up. So
Yeah.
I remember that once, somebody tried to do that to me, but he couldn't get close enough in time, so he blew up just sort of like pretty close to me. Like it shook the ship a little bit, so that was kind of funny. But in those situations, I'd always just sit there for like 5-10 minutes, and they'd get bored, you know, and then they'd be flying around, and as soon as they're not paying attention, I'd just take off and, you know, just fly away and jump out, you know, and they'd never catch me.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people focus on the skill of PvP, and I've always said that there's a skill that needs to be learned and taught and practiced about how to get away. Like getting away from somebody who wants to shoot you down is just as much of a skill as fighting,
Shooting
because you
someone
have
down.
fight or flight. You know, both
Yeah.
of them are important to know how to do very well.
Yeah. I mean, typically I'm in a smaller ship by myself, and you know I don't really PvP in ships too much, and I would just try and run away really. And,
Yeah.
so far, I've probably been chased maybe 5 or 6 times altogether, but I've never been shot down, unless I've been in a, you know, I've been shot down before if I've been in a fight where I've just not backed away. But yeah, not when I've tried to escape. I've never been shot down.
I'd like to think they'll design the game in a way that if you're, you know, if you've got sort of a skill ceiling and a skill floor, if you are in a sort of a cargo running career, even if you're not in a combat equipped ship, if you know the best way to get away, you're very good at it. I'd hope it would be possible. Obviously, you know, there's different scenarios, but I hope it gets to a point where there's not this over reliance on the need to have PvP people with you to protect you. I'd like to think, especially in smaller ships, that they make it in such a way that you're not just at the mercy of PvP clans in every scenario.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that. Right? Like there should be ways, because if they want to make this a believable world, there's going to be space truckers out there who are very much living in solitude, and they're going to have their shit together just in case they get attacked, because they don't rely on, you know, a security force.
Other people, yeah.
Right. So yeah, I agree with you. I think there needs to be a lot of countermeasures, whether it be flight. You know, leaving, trying to get away, or some other defense mechanism that I do know that they're going to be putting in AI, like artificial intelligence, as far as blades. They call it blades, where you're going to have your turrets be automated. And
Yeah.
and I think that you'll be able to hire NPCs to crew your ship as well. So I think that what you're talking about is within the future of Star Citizen, which brings me to my next question. Well, that's a question after this one, but the next one is: do you guys have any criticisms of Star Citizen?
I can think of some. Sorry, just before we answer that question, hi. In terms of criticisms, I don't know. Where do I start? I mean, I could think of a lot. Some minor and some more major.
Yeah, be brutally honest.
Okay, I mean, I think there's a lot of things they've done wrong in terms of the funding model, and I've always been in the opinion that I'm not against the sales and IAEs and all of that. I think that's absolutely fine. You know, you hear a lot of things on YouTube and forums about people moaning that they're putting ships on sale, but it's your choice to buy it or not. It's always been made very obvious that you can buy it in game, and I know there's this idea of sort of artificial scarcity and people worrying about missing out, but I have no issue with that. My concern is more that you're gonna get to a point where when this game moves to a point where it's more or less, I mean, ready is probably the wrong word, but when it's, you know, a daily playable game, there's bigger servers, lots of people online all the time, loads of people are going to have an advantage on those that are new. You know, you have people who are going to be flying around with lifetime insurance and these, you know, premium fighters, and you're going to have people flying around who just got the game and they're, you know, flying Aurora brick. And as much as I know there's going to be costs associated, I do think there's going to be quite a while where so many people have so many ships and so many good ships that for those that haven't bought it and paid money, they are going to be a bit of a disadvantage in terms of how to then make money. And I think you're going to have a weird period where that's the case. You have those that have way too much money and the ability to do anything, and those that are new that are at a pretty big disadvantage. That would be my main criticism in terms of funding and how this period of the game's going before it comes out. I mean, microtransactions and sort of cosmetics, they're already pursuing that to an extent, aren't they? You can buy
there's loads
ship
of
paints and loads of gear. And
Right.
I'd be absolutely fine with that. And I know there was a big discussion recently about, well, when these items are reclaimed, you know, all the subscriber flare. In the next update, they're talking about the ability to reclaim it when lost, and people are talking about, well, is that going to lead to duplicates and people just item duping what are meant to be rare, unique items? But I hope that they almost move towards a point where cosmetics are a thing you can buy, and it's just a skin for an item in game. So instead of having your unique skin for that shotgun that comes as its own item, you have the ability to paint that shotgun with the skin you've unlocked. That removes duping. And I think that for ships and everything else, people would be very interested in, for these ships they spend a lot of money on, the ability to get new skins. And I think it's a good funding model, but I don't see them moving away from selling ships. I don't know how they break that loop or get out of it, because it's worked so well for them and made them so much money.
Right.
I don't know if they'll ever stop, especially when new ships come out. That's such an incentive to whip up a load of funding when there's this new rare ship that, again, they create this artificial scarcity that people just sink money into, especially when it's a cool new concept. Like, even the Erastra was really expensive, but I bet so many people got in the doors early and bought that.
Yeah.
Move right.
So that's your
Right.
biggest criticism.
I think in terms of the sort of funding period, it's hard to critique the game much at the moment, I find, because, I mean, there's a million and one things.
Bradley.
Oh, what, the opposite direction?
Yeah, sorry,
There's-
152 kilometers that way.
Hang on, let me line up and then I'll answer that way, yeah? Right, I'll
Yeah,
start heading.
kind of that way, yeah.
I find it hard to critique the game much at the moment because it's such an early stage, and I know their focus moved over to Squadron 42. They thought, right, let's move to Squadron 42, let's develop all these features offline to make it easier, then port it across. And I don't have much in the way of critiquing the way they're going about that. It's a fair way to go about it. I know it's been longer for everyone involved, but at least they hopefully then had the ability to polish these features and bring them across. And all of the bugs and issues and servers, again, you can't really critique it because they're simply not at the point they need to be. So yeah, I think I'd just go about funding and how ships are going to be when it comes out, and how they've addressed things like insurance and how that's going to factor in for people who haven't got in at these early sales, or if they carry on.
Right. Yeah. Plus the way the model is now is they'll release a ship as concept, then you'll get it whenever they deliver it, and then you'll keep it for a few patches, a patch or 2 or 3, and then it's available to purchase in game. And I think that's okay when they release a ship. If they release a ship and then a patch or 2 later, they put it in game so that you can earn it and buy it at a new deal or something like that. But the problem with that is they want to balance the economy to where it takes you a long time I mean, a long time to get, like, say, which is, it's right? It should take you forever to get an 890 jumping game. Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
But
that to be.
the
Yeah.
problem with that is...
I want to play the game every day for like 3 years, 4 years before I can afford that.
Right. The issue with that is people can get it, like what Prawn is saying, right away if they buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they need. It's gonna be a trick to find the middle ground between. Let's take like. I mean, I'm just gonna use the Polaris as an example because I've got that. If you were to buy it, completely fresh out the store, at price is like 750 quid. I don't know what it is in dollars. Similar, I assume, because they've not got tax. But
Yeah.
you need to find a point where you price that in game so that the amount you've paid for it is somehow equivalent in terms of the in-game time you put in, which varies for everyone. People who have loads of disposable income, that's going to be very different to those who don't. But yeah, I think it should take a very long time to get it in-game, which is why I'm okay with the ships being as expensive as they are, because they're not cheap. The vast majority of people, 95, 98% of people, have just got a starter ship or something similar. There's a very small subset of the community, I think, in terms of the overall volume that have gone out and bought these £1,000 ships. They're obviously the loudest, they're the YouTubers, they're the people who talk on the forums, they're the most involved, so it seems like everyone's got them. But I think if you were to take every person who has Star Citizen and put them all in the same universe, most people wouldn't have those ships, and that's okay in terms of the distribution. But as Scottish said, if you want to buy a Javelin in-game, I think that should take an organisation a really, really long time.
I agree. 100% agree.
And just to sort of counter what you said, Brad, about about people being able to own ships, I think with this game as well, the focus is on like org gameplay. So even if you're a new player, there's going to be someone in your org that's got a better ship that you can then use. Or if you don't want to do the org stuff, there's going to be a lot of like missions focused on, just random people employing you, and they're going to have a better ship and they pay you more. So I think the smaller ships, if you do start with a smaller ship, it's more intended just as a runaround to get from A to B. And then you're going to work for other people or for an org where you're going to have access to better ships, better pay.
Yeah, and I mean, I really hope that's how this game pans out. I hope there's a lot of people crewing on other people's ships. I don't want it to be a case... Right, well, he's crashing.
He's already out.
I don't want it to be a case where everyone is flying around on their own ship. I think it's the best kind of gameplay will come when you've got a crew of people on your ship making money. Right, well, this has been a tough battle.
I think I got to fire about 20 shots.
He crashed. He hit something.
Yeah, both of them just hit the floor.
Oh,
And he's
still another
down.
one hovering there. Dennis Eklund on the left.
Oh, I see him. Yep.
And he's
Bam.
It's hard to critique anything in the actual game yet because it's we all know it's so far from finished and it is what
Alright,
it is for now.
sharing
Hopefully hopefully it all starts to progress and then it's easier to critique.
I know Prawn said like he finds it hard to maybe complain about bugs and things, but if you asked me a few months ago, I'd have lots to say about it. I mean, I think recently, I think maybe the 3.19 patch for me was a really good patch, and like since then, I don't know. To me, it just seems like they're really actually working on the game now since 3.19, and the last patch has been really good, and the next patch seems to be amazing. But in terms of bugs, like for me, like with elevators and things, like I remember Chris saying they wanted physical elevators, so they actually move up and down, but they don't. Is the thing, and they're still buggy as fuck. They're like the elevators have had so many problems with them, like little bugs like that just need to be ironed out, and things with missions as well, like delivery missions where boxes are missing or things like that. It's gone on for years and years at this point. Without any fixes. So I think I'd complain about that and say it's, that's not been too good. But over the last few months, I would say that updates have definitely improved, and I'm quite happy with the way things are going now. Up until then, definitely would have
It's
complained
like
about.
bunkers never being able to be finished because the last 5 people are disappearing. And
yeah, like Siege of Orison. When you do that, there's always people missing, get stuck in the elevators or whatever. And when you do bunker missions, there's people missing sometimes. Things like that is quite annoying. And I know that's part of development, and they're trying to figure these things out. But they've been happening for so long now that it's like kind of unacceptable that they're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. It can get frustrating sometimes. I have heard that there's some bugs that they're deciding not to fix because they have a new version of something that's going to replace it.
That's the other thing I would complain about is that it seems that a lot of systems have been built and then completely redone over time because the game's scopes changed and things like that. And I get that with the game scope changing so much, that they couldn't have planned for that, but it seems like a lot of time was wasted building systems that are now redundant.
Yeah.
It's just the endless scope creep of this game, and in fairness, it's hard to know exactly how you want certain systems.
And I suppose to future-proof the game as well, you kind of need to update systems, keep them up to date to keep it relevant and stuff. So it's not. I mean, if this game just came out with all the systems that it had to begin with in that sort of style, but more stuff, would already be quite dated. So they do need to keep on top of that. But I think just with it taking so long, there's been a lot of time wasted making systems and then recreating them, starting again, and even then it's still early iterations of them, and they're going to be changed again. Like I think the HUD's still pretty bad, like the white colors, and.
But also, to be fair, like a startup developer, a startup developer normally doesn't try to tackle a AAA game right out the gate. You know what I mean? And people like Rockstar have had previous accomplishments of developing and creating engines that they're using to leapfrog onto their next project. CIG didn't have any of that. They basically said, we're a startup developer company and we're going to come out of the gate with a quadruple A title. What is your hopes for the future, Star Citizen? Whether it be like in a few patches from now or your hopes for the complete-ish title. Like, what do you see yourself playing what do you find hopeful for the future?
If they genuinely put everything they showed in this most recent Citizen Con in with stable servers and a higher population, I genuinely think I'd be very happy with the state of the game.
I agree, yeah.
Because there was so much shown, there were so many features, quality of life, so much that changes. Because it gets rid of all the annoyances, hopefully. I mean, we haven't had it yet, but the player interaction system, the star map, the HUD, the mini-map, all those things, if they were implemented and there were hundreds of people, and you've got Pyro, multiple systems on stable servers, I'd be very happy at that point to play this game basically every day and then take any new updates as and when they come. Even then, if base building fell off and that was next year, that'd be something to look forward to. But I genuinely just want the base systems to be improved, a few more sort of content and gameplay loops with good servers, and I'd be, as I said, pretty happy.
Good answer, man. What about you, Scottish?
I'm looking forward to the base building stuff in the future, personally, and the manufacturing and processing, stuff like that. So once that's in and you can build your base, I think at that point I'll be pretty happy.
Yeah. I sort of fall in the same camp as both of you combined, but I also want to see Star Citizen kind of show the public that a lot of the people that are naysayers of this game and scam, they call it a scam and stuff like that, prove them wrong once and for all and show that this game is really open their eyes basically and have all those people bitching about it go, oh, I get it. Yeah, this is good. And I would like to see just the negativity surrounding this game kind of fall off eventually with what you guys have said, I think would accomplish that. And I think that a lot of those people who are negative against this game for some reason, they spend a lot of their time making content. I think it drives a lot of people away from even trying the game, because they'll just hear somebody talk about it that they trust as a content creator, and then they'll never give Star Citizen another look. I mean, it just gets labeled that way, and they just don't ever try. And I think that they're missing out on something really amazing. Like, this game is, we get to see it be built around us as we're playing it, and I think that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
I think most people that play it now, I'd say, I don't know whether they're, I don't know if optimistic's the right word, but they're looking for that end vision. They know what the game wants to be, so they're putting the time in. But I love it to get to the point where it almost combines what you said and what I said, where I can bring someone onto the game who's completely new to it, and they don't say, I don't have to explain, oh, that will change, or this is wrong, or that's a bug. Just to bring someone new on and play it, and they just go, oh, this is good. Because everyone I've introduced to the game, you know, straight away, oh, this is laggy, yeah, hang on, stay in your bed, let the shaders load, and then
Yeah.
elevator, yeah, I know. And people are sort of jittering around the place, and, oh, hang on, my ship's not spawning. I feel like you're doing a lot of apologizing for bugs and trying to explain to them, like, oh, it's fine, they'll fix it. I'd love it to get to the point where, and I think
Yes.
it would if everything I said earlier comes true, you can just log in and go, right, meet me here, let's go do this mission. Isn't this game amazing? Because the scope of it, the size of the universe, the quality, the detail, everything is amazing, but there's just too much jank and bugs and just a little bit not enough gameplay yet to be at the point where I feel confident that anyone who picks it up will have a pretty good time.
Damn good answer, man.
Another thing I'm looking forward to in terms of gameplay, I think, would be the like trade-in sort of aspect. I hope they add like a player market where players can, you know, list things for sale and buy things that are listed for sale.
Yeah, more involvement with players in the overall feel of the game, which I suppose is kind of economy, isn't it? Sale and demand and marketplaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment, I feel like if I want to tell you something, you know, we'd need to meet up somewhere and agree a price. You need to give me the item, and then I need to give you the money, and there's a bit of like trust involved in that. Whereas if there's a proper market, you know, where you can just list items for sale, and I need to pay the money to buy it, then nobody gets screwed over, kind of thing. And then it opens up a whole sort of economic gameplay as well, where people can buy things, you know, on the market cheap and then resell them at a higher price, or...
Right. So, what would you say to somebody who's not played this? You know, this leads segue into the next one. Who has not played Star Citizen? Like, said you had a friend, and what would you say to that person who hasn't backed it, hasn't played Star Citizen yet? What's your advice to somebody like that?
If they were to start playing? Yeah, I was going to say, is that if they were going to start playing now, or if they...
Well, here, I'll give an example.
I'd say the same with Scottish. I'd say give it 6 months.
Here's an example. Here's what I tell people that come by my chat when I'm on Twitch. They go, hey, should I buy this game? Is it done yet? I always tell them, it's fun. I've been playing it every day since 2019, and I got more hours in this game than I've ever put in any game in my entire life. And I always tell them to stay away from, educate yourself. Find out what people are bitching about, you know, for one. Number two, and then find out why people are being labeled a white knight. What is positive to be said about the game? Are the people bitching about it? Do they even play it? Or are they just some hit piece talking head on YouTube that bitches about most games? You know, who's delivering that content to you? You know, I would be more inclined to listen to somebody who actually plays it. Why do they play it? Number two, or three or four, or whatever I said, when you back the game, back it for as cheap as possible. Buy the cheapest starter pack, because when you get in, you could play the game right now and earn a lot of money at the moment and get those expensive ships that are in the store for like $500 and $600 and $800. You could buy those in the game for just fake game money if you just have fun and play the game. So I never,
Exactly.
I tell people, don't overspend. If you want to overspend,
I mean, I think, like, I don't know what the entry prices are now, but like, you know, for a long time it was like $36 or something, you know, for an entry trip. You know, which is like, you know, I think it's $42 now, you know, but even still, you know, I mean, compare that to other games. Other games are $100, you know, and then you've got the premium editions for $120, you know, and then the deluxe premium edition, which is, you know, an extra $20 on top of that, and
yeah.
You know, so it's not much in this day and age. It really isn't much to get in. You know, and people say, "Oh, is that the game where you got to spend thousands?" You know, it's
Yeah, see,
bollocks.
that's the other thing. A lot of people think you have to be rich to play this game. You have to have a super powerful PC. You have to pay thousands of dollars in chips just to play this game. A lot of people also think that you need a monthly subscription to play this game. So there's a lot of misinformation
I've
out
not
there.
heard that
Some,
one.
oh yeah, well, I see because they do have a monthly subscription, but that's just to help
Oh yeah.
back the game. Not just you're not backing the game. I believe the monthly subscription goes to like the marketing side of like what Jared Huckabee does for Inside Star Citizen. I think
yeah.
that's what we're paying for when we subscribe to that. But since it's there, people think that it's a necessity, right? Other content creators will say, "Oh, you have to be a subscription member to play this game." Doesn't matter if they're right or they're wrong. Their audience is going to believe them no matter what because they're not even going to bother double checking this person. And that's how lies
people
about
don't
this game
fact
get
check
spread.
anything anymore.
Yeah, they don't. They don't.
People don't realize that every time you read an article, they've written that as clickbait to get draws. You know, when you see this that recent £43,000 package pledge, yeah, it's ridiculous. You know, it's an insane amount of money, but ignore it. You know, it's nothing to do with you. There are many games out there where if you bought everything they had to offer, you'd spend a hell of a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But because it's in one package and it's a game that's been in development so long, it adds to that never-ending pit of money and a scam. They need to get to a point where the game, you know, when they show these amazing-looking demos at CitizenCon, when the in-game footage of someone on YouTube looks and plays like that with all the same features, I think it would then help to alleviate a lot of the negative connotations. But at the moment, if you compare CitizenCon's amazing demo to a buggy in-game footage of someone that's recorded it where the servers are dying and they're crashing and getting blown up by nothing, as soon as someone sees that, they think, oh, the game's exactly what I thought. It's a scam or it's rubbish, so they ignore it. So hopefully soon they can start getting rid of some of those negative connotations.
Yeah, I do. I hope so too. To end off the interview, it's just a question to get to know you guys just a little bit more. Just one last question. So what is something happening in your life that is big right now, whether it's positive or negative?
Go on, Skysh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I'm self-employed and I just got paid a lot more money than I expected. So that was quite nice.
You're self-employed. Wow. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm a photographer.
Oh, you're a photographer. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
What kind of pictures do you take?
It's mostly still life that I do, but like for advertisement.
Oh, for advertisement. Yeah, there's probably a lot of money in that, isn't there?
If you're really good at it, there is some. You know, I'm quite lucky that I get quite a lot of repeat business in place, and I don't really need to look for other work. But yeah, there's a lot of money to be made from it if you dedicate yourself a lot of time to it.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not a huge YouTuber. I only have like 57,000 subscribers on YouTube at the moment, and
That's quite a lot.
yeah, but it's not like millions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you want, you could give me a link, and I could put it in the comment section if you got any social media for your work that you would like people to take a look at. My YouTube channel's been pretty much. I haven't been really active on it for the last year, and this is a new show I got coming out where I just interview people, and in the game. And so we're going to try and get that YouTube channel, get the retention back up again to where we used to have it. But yeah, just
Cool.
if you go to my YouTube channel, I got a Discord.
Okay. I'll subscribe to your channel.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And if you go to my Discord, you can just send me a DM with any links that you want me to put in. And the same goes for you too, Prawn. But
Yeah,
wait,
sure. I mean, I don't really do much work for like on a personal level. It's mostly corporate stuff that I do. I don't really do much online stuff. It's all physical portfolios that I use.
I see.
But I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. What about you, Prom? What's happening in your life at the moment?
I don't know, not a lot. If you'd have asked me, maybe a year ago, I'd say got a new house, got a dog, and so on. But at the moment, kind of just sailing on autopilot.
Regretting buying a new house, getting a dog.
Yeah, regretting all those. No, no, everything's good. Getting to the latter stages of hopefully what could be a new job, but nothing concrete yet. But for now, yeah, just
Forward a bit.
just autopiloting through.
That's cool. What kind of work do you do for a living?
I'm a project manager.
Project manager. That's cool. Stressful?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, can be. It sort of has peaks and troughs. Depends what the customer's like.
He's a younger guy. He gets to
well-
work from home. He doesn't know what stressful means.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I do work from home, so that's nice.
yeah. They can't get any better than that, man.
No, it's certainly a nice pro of the good job I've got. But yeah, we'll see how this next potential one goes.
I'm
very
still
cool.
lying there.
Yeah, that's one thing I am liking at the moment is that things feel a little bit more persistent than they ever have.
Persistent,
like
like this
those
ammo we
magazines
put
have been
there
on the
like a
table
week
for-
ago.
Yeah, I'm hoping it gets to the point where everything feels more persistent. If you log out and land on a planet, that's where you log back in, not always teleporting back to the space station. It kind of breaks the immersion a bit and the persistence feeling. But the fact that things like this are staying true and the guns we left in this gun rack
Yeah,
are still
yeah.
here, it's nice.
Oh yeah, look, they're all there.
Yeah, seeing things like that, it's slow progress, but it's nice to see that it is moving towards feeling a bit more like an MMO and a bit more persistent. But yeah,
You
it's
excited
baby
for the
steps.
personal hangers coming in the next patch?
Yeah, I think I think I'm very excited for the personal hangers and the cargo elevators. I think it will. A lot of people are saying it sounds like more just like a chore to play the game, but I don't know.
Oh, it's
for-
less of
for
a
us-
chore because you don't need to. You can get your vehicle from.
No, I
from the
know.
hangar
With the
now.
vehicle, sure. I'm meaning more like loading all the cargo yourself. A lot of sort of more casual players don't want that.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
excited to have that feeling of things being more persistent, less just magic interface. It feels all more
Yeah.
alive. Like when you
If you
want to take
wanted
your
to move
guns
a
out.
box, you need to move a box. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you want to take your guns out, I know they mentioned at CitizenCon, I don't know if this is 3.23, but where you have a box where all your guns are in the box there physically, you can then take them out and load them up, as opposed to pressing I and dragging it out of the magical inventory and it just popping out.
Yeah. Yeah. What? So you open the box up and it's like physically inside the box, or?
I mean, that's what they showed. I know it was faked, but
Yeah,
from
yeah.
memory, the intention was that when you retrieve items from that place, the cargo boxes are all there, and your personal items are physicalized things in boxes. But I don't know when that's coming or if that's the case soon. I think they faked it for CitizenCon. I think it was a box with just a weapon placed inside it loose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys want to shout out your org one more time? It's ARST, right? ARSED.
Yeah. ARSD.
Okay.
Which
Hey,
is Astronomical Science Research
Something, something.
Exploration Division.
nice. If you guys, you or Prawn, have anything you want me to put in the video's description, just add me on Discord and, join my Discord and then look for my name. My name's Cobra TV in the Discord. And my YouTube channel is the same as it is here in the game,
Cobra
Cobra TV. Yep.
Yeah,
And you can get the
definitely,
Discord link
I'll
there.
go over there and give you a subscribe.
Okay, buddy. And,
And I'll join the Discord, yeah.
yeah,
My name on
thousands of
Discord's
people.
Tommy Fresh.
Huh?
My name on Discord's Tommy Fresh.
Tommy
This is,
Fresh. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
There's thousands of people in my Discord. We're very active. If you like mining, we got categories of people who do mining in our org every Monday. We got a salvage
cool.
crew that get together and just do only salvage. We've got bounty hunting. We even have an area of our Discord that our org even has pirates. So what they do is if they're going to be pirates, they go to the they go to the RSI site and they make their affiliation with my org as redacted, and then they go off and do piratey stuff. So, yeah, we got all kinds of stuff happening in my Discord. Always people to play with. Lots of people from the UK, man. I mean, tons of people from the UK. So you'll feel at home.
Yeah, definitely. I'll jump over there sometime.
Yeah, we'll have a look.
And if you ever see my streams on Twitch, my streams do not reflect my Discord community. My streams reflect my immaturity.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you on Twitch? You stream on Twitch as well?
Yeah, I live stream on Twitch and I upload edited content to YouTube.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right, Scottish and Prawn, it was freaking awesome meeting you guys. I hope you continue to have safe travels out there, and I hope you build that reputation up to where you want it to be, and may the first be with both of you guys.
He's going to play Tarkov right now, so wish him luck in Tarkov.
Oh, good luck in Tarkov, Prawn.
A little bit of self-torture there.
I have noticed a lot of Star Citizen people play Tarkov as their backup game.
Yeah, I don't play it.
There's a common overlap of people putting themselves through painful experiences trying to play Star Citizen and Tarkov.
Yeah, I heard that there's the game is sort of getting ruined by modders on Tarkov.
Oh, there you go. You've got an excuse now for why you got beat so much the other night.
All right, thank you guys. I'll see you later. Hopefully, I'll see you again.
All right, take care, man. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, both of you.
Nice to speak to you.
All right, take it easy.
All right, see you, buddy.
I'm going to log out here.
Living on the far side of town.